Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. For a second there, I didn't hear my jetpack sound and thought the sound effects had broken. But anyways, last time, we started off by taking a quick look at this chest up here and making the Glyph of Wither. And yeah, this chest is going to be probably the temporary placement to showcase how ooh, this glass has a nice little twinkling sound effect. I didn't realize that before. But yeah, that chest, currently it just has two things in it, but it is going to hold all of the ingredients for the ATM star as we progress through and acquire them. I just want some place to put it all together and have some sort of visual identification of the progress we're making. Other than that, we also made this 8 times nether star generator. I think we could make 7 more of these right now, at which point we would have actually another thing to go put into that chest. This thing's pretty cool. It is very powerful, like 32,000. Oh, this is turned off for some reason. When did I turn that off? Like, I turned it off for a moment, but I thought I turned it back on afterwards. But yeah, 32,000 versus 2.3. It is li literally 12 times stronger than our nuclear reactor right here. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we made that, and then we went back to looking at some more of the Mahusukai stuff. Like I think I have it over here. Yeah. The bow of weapon projectiles. That's cool. It shoots bows. We already tested out clearance and everything else in there. We have a bunch more scrolls that we still need to use. I had a shield and I no longer have said shield. The Ripper is pretty cool. It's a pair of daggers and you become truly invisible while wielding them. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of cool stuff in this mod. Sadly, most of it isn't geared towards high-level combat, fighting super strong opponents. Most of it is really strong against base Minecraft characters. Unless you're looking at Caliburn and Morgan. But speaking of which, I did change the config for Morgan. The max power that a Caliburn or a Morgan can get up to now has been changed to 2,000. Nowhere near the original 5 million. But I mean, I can decide how things work here. I can just make fun with it. We're gonna need to make a new one because I can't change this one's innate cap. But if we wanted to, we can get like a silly strong sword. And we're going to at some point just because I want to showcase it because we didn't get to in Naruto. Anyways, that's just super cool. Was that it between episodes? And Nobu. Nobu, this is a very cool weapon. So, it's a gun. It's literally a rifle. I am on auto target right now. Fire! 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 Did that 3-shot? Okay, so apparently the enchantments on this do matter. I wasn't quite sure of that last time, but I guess I didn't give it a good test. I don't know how good that is in an actual fight. Against one of the bosses with like 30,000 health, that's not going to really do much. But it does make it somewhat better than we were thinking last time. It was originally a 6-shot before you enchanted it. But yeah, this thing's very cool. You use a strengthening scroll on a bow, and then you hit a mob from 200 blocks away. Thankfully, 200 blocks vertical counts, otherwise that just would never happen. Oh yeah, I can't even take care of these. You know what, Source Bears are just gonna go for now. We don't need them after we set up sorcery lays in this thing over here. But I think that was basically it. Brief overlook, making a couple of things for the star, and then looking at some more Mahusukai stuff. And basically, from right now, all that's left from Mahusukai is going to be Replica, Rule Breaker, and then it's like the Reality Marble, the Treasury Projection Gauntlet, a bunch of cool stuff, but maybe not that powerful, and at least some of it I already got a chance to showcase in other series, so I don't know if I'm in too much of a rush to get them back here. But anyways, between episodes, I got a second Nobu, this one legitimately. So we technically ended up spawning this one in. I actually managed to do the 200 block shot with a strengthened bow. But apparently it does not work if it's in the offhand. It has to be in the main hand when you make the shot. Which is kind of a little silly, considering you have to have the bow in your offhand to use the strengthening scroll, and then you have to immediately do like that to get the shot in like the 30 seconds or whatever before strengthening runs out. I don't know. I think it's a little bit silly, but I figured out what caused it. Nobu's fixed now. I mean, I might as well carry it with me. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I might as well carry it with me. Um, but that was the easy thing that happened between episodes. Besides that, I've been on for a little bit doing a bunch of stuff. Um, let's see, what in order? I made a bunch of every essence. Those are going to be useful for something later, for a bunch of stuff later on. Over here in our little mystical agriculture garden, there's a couple things looking different. So I made these accelerated planters from EvilCraft. They're super easy to make. And I saw a Reddit post where someone said that they worked for growing the plants here. A machine brace, that's aluminum and kiwi, the rock you can find all over the place. Green crystals, we had a bunch of, kiwi, and any dirt. So they can go in there. I don't know. Essentially, what they do is give a little bone meal effect every once in a while. I haven't quite figured out if the faster growth rates are because of the accelerated planter or just the growth accelerator down here. But it feels like it might be doing something. I can only use that for I can't use that for Inferium, but I can use that for everything else. Other than that, there's obviously a couple extra things around here, aren't there? Starting with what I made first, the Harvester. This is from Mystical Agriculture. It's a couple of Solium essences and some Prudentium, I think. Harvester, there it is. Couple of diamond scythes, those are super easy. Machine frame, it's stone, super easy. The Solium ingots, we have a whole bunch of the Solium dust, and it's just a Prosperity ingot, which is iron and Prosperity shards. It's not that difficult. It's also not that good. I made a Prudentium machine upgrade, which is just a bunch of Prudentium and a bunch of Inferium and a bunch of Prosperity stuff. But, it's still relatively slow. It's very short range. Like, I think it only covers these three things right here. Even with this upgrade, or area +2. Even with the upgrade, it would barely cover these things and doesn't get anything. It doesn't get everything. So, it's there, I made it, and then I started looking for other things and settled on this harvester pylon from Pylons, as so aptly. Um, Again, super easy, quartz slabs, polished blackstone, stuff you just pick up, we had plenty of. Iron bars and hay bales, super easy. So give this thing a all-the-modium hoe that will never break, and it will pick up anything within a 9x9 area. So this one's working a lot better. It's just filling this thing entirely up. I can probably just get rid of this harvester even. So that's technically automated now. I definitely need to continue working on this. Like, I'm going to need to make a whole bunch more of all the essences, especially if we want to get into some of the higher end tier stuff. Speaking of which, something I want to make for the ATM star is the Nether Star Crux. This is an important step. This is actually going to go straight into the thing. So I just need to turn some of the Supremium I've been building into Insanium. For Insanium Essence, paired with these, gets us a Nether Star Crux. Also, it is the first time we get Insanium, so it also gets us, oops, wrong thing. Come on, scroll, thank you. Free netherite seeds, thank you very much. I don't even. I looked it up, and I think that the whole farm tier thing only matters if you have a chance to get extra seeds, which we do not because they removed that from the mod pack for all the mods. Anyways, Insanium, a whole bunch of it, to 9 will get us this achievement, and then from here, yeah, we need a lot of this stuff. So a whole bunch of Insanium later, we have part of the thing, and then a whole bunch of creative essence, and a whole bunch more of it to get creative essence. Words are hard, which is also part of the star. Thankfully, we only need one of those for the star itself, so not that. Hopefully not that bad. Anyways, the rest of this can just go in here along with you. I think I have some more inferium that I need to run through there to turn into high-end tier stuff, but I'll just do it later on. Anyways, Nether Star Crux, one of two things I want to make real quick, gets to go in there. 3 things in the chest. Um, I'll, I'll, did I finish up with what I want to do at the start of the episode or what happened between episodes first? Let's just go ahead and do this part next. And this is actually going to be putting something else into the chest. Scroll Forge, New Age Librarian, cool. So we take Blood Vial, and we take Paper, which is over here. I forgot I needed paper for this step, otherwise I would have had it preemptively. So Blood Vial, Paper, and Legendary Ink, and we need to make a Wither Skull scroll. Level 9, cool. So, from here, we just go ahead and turn this level 9 Wither Skull scroll with some Legendary Ink to turn it into level 10. I kind of want to use this thing, but this is part of the ATM star, so go back over here. Withering thing. Where is it? I know it's in here somewheres. Nope, go away. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Wither Skull thing. Thank you for free Legendary Ink. And thank you for free Nether Stars. Cool. So, just like that, 2 things get to go into the chest, denoting that we're making progress. Yay! I have to go dump all of this stuff real quick. But, anyways, last thing that happened between episode happens over in the tech area. And, last thing is technically a lot of things put together. So, nothing has changed here. I got another basic energy cube, basically for making this charging station. It's a couple pieces of iron, some redstone, and lapis. It's nothing super strong. We don't even really need it. It charges equipment, but we have other things. But gave us a free battery, so I went ahead and made it. I made a couple more flux points that are now kind of all over the place. Um, we have more power now due to the Nether Star generator. So I managed to run the piglet thing a whole bunch of times, and Wither and whatnot can actually get run too. So now we have 200 piglet hearts, and pretty much free reign to make a whole bunch more. So there's all that. I ran a bunch of uranium through, a bunch more iron, and all of that iron became steel, which I used to finish the reactor. Or I say finish the reactor. This technically isn't the final reactor that's going to be over here. This is still a passively cooled reactor. This thing doesn't pump in any water or anything. It's just burning uranium, turning into power in cyanite. So, the reason I went with that is because I want this thing to produce cyanite and the turbine's not up and running anyways. But, yeah, this thing's a beast. I gave it the glass so we can actually see into the control rods. This is also a pretty inefficient one as far as if I made it right. It's burning at 0.28, which I think is really, really good for us, really bad for power generation. You want this to be low, and I think you want this number to be low and this number to be high. You want the casing to be really, really hot, but the core to be pretty cool relatively. But I want to be inefficient with fuel to get a bunch more cyanate, make a bunch more to build the reactor, the turbine rather. So this thing produces 134,000 FE per second, which is silly strong. That is way more than we need for anything right now. Oh yeah, it's instantly pulling out 400,000 at a time, but it's not even making a dent. But I have this blazing energy cell. Essentially, we can look at this thing. This was actually a little bit in depth, but it's very strong, 40 million FE stored in it. Blazing, oops, do not accidentally delete that. The blazing energy cell requires a bunch of blazing crystals, which requires the energizing orb. So, I think there's more stuff to show off over here too. So this energizing orb from Powa, I think it's pretty easy to get. Where'd it go? These things made from this thing. A dielectric casing, dielectric logs, these things are super easy. Just lava, clay, coal. Get a whole bunch of them with them iron bars. Make a charging thing, and then if you put blaze rods in there, as long as it's next to some of these energizing rods, which I actually got both of those for free from completing quests, so I didn't even make any of those. But I guess I can showcase this real quick. Also, tier. Okay, at least those 27 are in. I removed the tape disc and the infinite cobble for now. Maybe those were what's deleting stuff. I don't know. I looked up some stuff. I saw something that said, oh, maybe you have too many non-stackable items. I removed all the non-stackable items. It's still deleting stuff. It just doesn't matter. So I don't even know. It's annoying. It's definitely makes me not trust this thing with anything important. But if you put a blaze rod in, you can see those start shooting lasers. I should probably go ahead and upgrade those to the next level. But it gets a blazing crystal, and then a bunch of these gets used to make the blazing energy cell, which is hardened, which energized steel you need a bunch of for this one, which is iron and gold in there instead. And then basically you make low tier stuff and you upgrade it and upgrade it. It ad nauseum or whatever. I think that's the right saying. I think I'm right on the ad nauseum. But yeah, this thing, it's pretty cool. It's a little tedious to go one at a time. I'm sure there's a way to automate it, but I don't know how. But that's all really cool. That's let us get a really good battery. And then finally, the Flux Network now has these Herculean flux storage things. So I think I can pick them up just fine. Where is it? Herculean flux storage, transfer limit, energy stored and whatnot. These are basic flux storage, which is basically just a whole bunch of flux blocks and some glass panes. So I made one flux block over here, and then I basically threw like dozens of stacks of redstone on top of it and crushed it all at once for a bunch of flux and so on and so forth. Make a whole bunch of flux dust, turn it into storage, make a bunch of those storages, turn them into higher tier storage, and eventually when I make 3 more of these things, they'll make an even higher tier storage. But yeah, that was a lot. I did a lot. I was on here for like 6 hours or something like that working on all of that. I I need to take a break from all of that and maybe just go do some exploration of some kind. But I am pretty happy about this and the fact that the storage is all done now. Actually, did I get 4 pieces for this specifically? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do that right now. I think I just need a little bit more netherite. Maybe. I might not even need that. The withered comb, the wither builder. Again, I just need to learn how to mine a wither, and I could do that. The weatherproof blocks. I just need wither skeleton essence, which I need to figure out how to get essence from you. That I could make right now. So in essence, the only thing that we're not close to for the Wither's Compass is the Withered Comb. Oh, excuse me. Withered Comb block, which is for Withered Comb, which comes from withered bees, which they can't breed amongst themselves. You use a wither rose on a skeletal bee, which you get from attracting a bee to a hive underground, I think, right? Be sure to keep your hives well lit to prevent this guy from moving in. Okay, the species of bee can't breed amongst themselves. Skeletal bee. Where's your larva? I think if I look at your larva, I can see exactly how you spawn in. Skeletal bee. I guess you can make them with the skeletal trait, but maybe these things spawn underground pretty rarely, and I could just turn one of those into one. I mean, I have some beehives. I could do that right. I could go looking for one of those. Although, maybe I look up to see, do they spawn naturally, or do you have to get skeletal... Where's your larva? Skeletal honey treats. How do you get honey treats? Honeycomb and pollen puff, so any bees to get honeycomb, which I already have some. Or we go to the Bumble Zone and just steal a bunch of honey from there. I was actually planning on doing some exploration of some kind, maybe into a different dimension. Do we maybe go to the Bumble Zone and start looking at that? I went looking for more sand. I got a whole bunch of red sand between episodes, and I've been using that for the machine. but I did find something cool out there and I clicked on it. I don't know. Do we want to look at Bumble Zone and start up bees? Or do we want to start looking at Eternal Starlight? I don't know. I might flip a coin here. But I was planning on doing Eternal Starlight. But since it looks like it might not actually be too far-fetched to go get that specific thing right now and maybe finish up the Withers compass and have one part of the ATM star done, that is very tempting to me. We are almost 50 episodes in. I want to have at least one major thing done on this screen, because that will be one of these 9 or 10 here. Oh, I really do want it. Um, hmm. Let me think on this. Okay. I figured while trying to make up my mind, I'd start working on the Withered Arrow. Because we had one, it got deleted, so we're gonna need to make a new one. So just gonna let that run through. I yeah. I started looking at a bunch of the about how productive bees works a little bit more, see if there was see if that might not be a good idea to start looking at. The Wither Arrow. What level do I need for this? Because there's 3 different ones to choose from. Wither Arrow of 1 minute. Just to see again. Lingering Potion of Wither. Splash Potion of Wither. Okay, we need 2-minute Lingering Potion. So, Splash Potion. So yeah, it needs 1 redstone, 1 gunpowder, and 1 dragon's breath. I already pulled everything like that out. So I was just gonna let it run through. But with productive bees, in order to get the wither bee that we're after, to get the withered comb, we need withered bees, which we get from a bee giving a skeletal bee a wither rose. Apparently, skeletal bees will spawn in if you place an advanced beehive in somewheres that isn't lit up. So this area down here, perfect. Can just leave this here. And eventually there's a chance that either a zombie or a skeletal bee will come in and move into either of those hives. Depending on what we get, I might need to make more of those things or remove whatever bees do move in and get try to get the skeletal bee. I might get a couple of zombies first, because apparently the skeletal bee is kind of rare. But that's probably just gonna take some time. Hopefully I put this in a chunk loaded area. I don't remember exactly where the chunk loading begins and ends. Actually I should move it right over there, because that hole right there is where is underneath where I know for a fact is loaded up all the time. Go away, witch. I don't care about you. So if I leave these here, eventually we'll get some bee friends moving in. Hopefully the right bee friends. So I'm going to go finish up that potion real quick. It's just going to take some time, and I need to find the exit. Not there. There it is. So just need to run through gunpowder and run through run through 1 dragon's breath, and that should be good. Other than that, what else is there from productive bees? We're gonna get the withered comb, the soul lava bee. You need to feed a bucket of soul lava to a ghostly bee. Ghostly bees apparently spawn specifically in nether soul sand valleys. I think I've actually seen some of them, ignored them. I get to get a soul lava bee, then squish them or poke them for its DNA to make a spawn egg. I don't know how to get the DNA. I haven't quite figured that part out. Productive bees. I didn't really know if I was going to go fully looking at bees today, but we might be. Baby incubator lets you incubate eggs you get. Gene indexer. When collecting genes, you get a percentage of a trait. You can combine them to add them together or place them in a gene indexer. Okay, that's restoring genes. Catcher lets you catch bees. Centrifuges let you process the honeycombs, but how do we get genes off of bees? Why is I have to squish them in some way, but I don't know how. Honey, I squished the beast. The bottler has 2 uses: bottling honey and squashing beasts for genes. Okay, here we go. Okay. So a bottler and you put it down, and then you put a piston above it, and you squish a bee into it. Place a piston above, and make sure there are. I think I saw something. Yeah, you need to have bottles in the bottler, and then you'll squish a bee, and it'll get the genes out of it. Okay, cool. So we need to make this bottler. It's super easy. Bring a piston and a stick and a button with us. Then we just need to bring a bucket of soul lava, which I have, but I think I put it in the tape index in here. I just have to keep bringing this thing in and out and grabbing what's in it. Soul lava, cool. Grab you back out just in case you're responsible. So we're gonna go bring this thing to the nether along with a bottler and a piston, and that will let us get that. We're kind of in a star gathering mode right now. I know Eternal Starlight has a bunch more to explore, and it will have, I think, a couple of uses for the star. No friends moved in yet. This area is chunk loaded, but it might not. It might still not be spawning mobs because there's no player nearby. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I might be too far away. I'll have to wait around here for a little bit, I think. But this thing's getting brought to the nether. Bottler is super easy to make. Pistons we've made a bunch of. You know what? I guess we're going to start looking at bees. So I guess we'll go do the soul bottler thing. I just need to get the stuff together for said bottler real quick. Okay, so these things are done. I literally only care about one of these. I could have only made one of these. Why did I go ahead and make a 3? I'll store them in here for now, but I'll go fix them properly, throw them away somewheres. But these things, when used with a bunch of arrows, gets Arrow of Withering, which is going to go up into that chest up there. And now that we actually have one, I feel a little bit more confident actually hitting this button as well, if I can get to the right place. Or did I already do that? Where is that arrow? Oh, I guess I already did that. So that, all done. That's almost done. That we're working on. That's, I think I could do right now. I think I built a stasis chamber, but never used it. And then the witherproof blocks. Still need to figure out the whole soul gathering stuff. Anyways, the withered comb box. I need to go check on the bee thing. I don't think they would have grabbed anything. But there's a couple other things we want to build real quick. So this, along with this, gets us the bottler. Have a bunch of those on me, so we can go capture a ghost bee, turn it into a solium bee, and get the essence from it to go ahead and get the larva. There's one already done. Wither rose to go tearing that thing. There was something else I wanted to do. What was it? Oh, yes. The Productive Bees quest line. We have a lot of it done already just from random acquiring stuff. But if I go ahead and build the flimsy capturing devices, we can just go through here, say, get a free sturdy one, get a free honey bottle. We made this thing like episode 2 or something like that very, very early on, and then we never used it. Well, we used it once and then never again. Thank you for free honeycomb for getting beehives for free. Thank you for free honeycomb for getting beehives for free. If you get a sponge, you can't make a sponge. Can you make a sponge? You can technically make a sponge. You can technically make a sponge in multiple different ways. Oh, and that will get rid of dripping stuff. That's not too important. Expansion box does let you store more bees. Not that important yet. Things. I think centrifuges might be important, but I think we're specifically. But that would be more important if we're getting, say, bees to make a bunch of obsidian for us. We're just here for the combs for right now. Why do we need? Why is that listed with a star? The draconic bee gets draconic comb, which gets turned into draconic comb block, centrifuged into wax and draconic dust, draconic chunks. The egg is used for a heated centrifuge, which doesn't have any more uses. But I think it's this productivity thing. If you just keep following this for a while, and a while, and... Okay, I took a wrong turn somewhere, but I think if you go far enough, I think that Draconic Essence is used for something. One of those upgrades is used somewhere for the ATM star. I don't remember exactly where or which one, though. But, there's all that done. We can go capture a bee in the nether whenever we want. Just one more check-in on these before we head off, though. Any bee friends appearing? This is fairly well darkened. No bee friends? No bee friends. Okay, we'll just have to come back here. So from here, let's head on over to the nether. And a ghostly bee lives in the soul sands, which is to the north, I think. Um, let's see. Yeah, there's a soul sand valley up to the north, so I'm gonna go head up that way. I don't remember if I've seen one up there in that specific one. We might have to go find a different one. Okay, it's a good thing I double checked something, because I almost missed it. But this ghostly bee, which is actually this one, does not spawn naturally. You actually have to build the nest for it to come get you. So thankfully it's just a soul sand and a wooden sword to get a soul sand nest. So we can just place this thing here. Nest is empty. Use a spawn item on it to attract a bee. The nest can attract bees in this location. What would be the attract item for a ghostly bee? Or would that just work with any honey treats? I don't know how this works. Maybe I should do more research before I just try things. But, honey treat is super easy. It's just one of each, right? And I'm carrying both on me. So honey treats. Okay, that doesn't work. That might work for something else, though, so I'll hold on to that. How does this work? I need to use an attract item, but what would be the attract item for a ghostly bee? Recipe comes from you, ghostly bees. Oh, use a ghast tier on this thing. Okay. I got incredibly worried for a moment that it was going to delete those ghast tiers too. I literally had like 300 or something like that. Repopulation cooldown of 20 minutes. Use additional items to speed up. Okay, so it's going to cost 20 minutes to, Okay, so it's like the breeding timer where everyone's like 10% reduced. So just use all of them, get it down to a minute and a bit. I'm fine waiting for that. But while we're waiting, souls from... might as well take a look at these souls from Magical Agriculture? That's what it's called. Mystical Agriculture. Because this is also something important that we probably should have done before coming to the nether. So we need the soul jars so that we can get soul essence for wither skeletons. Soul extraction. Oh. So we can just make a soul extractor. That thing looks relatively simple. Machine frames are super easy. Soulium ingots, I already made a couple of those for the harvester, and then soulium daggers, just gold swords and all that. Okay, so we can just go home, make this machine. Yeah, we can just go home, make that machine, and just put in a bunch of our wither skulls and just get the wither skeleton essence that we need. And then just make the jars, put the essence into the jars, and use that to make the seeds. And then just grow it on the speed up thing. Oh yeah, I think we could also just do the wither essence thing right now too. But anyways, here is our little ghostly bee friend. Bottler. The piston needs to go above it. Let's see, the piston has to go there, but also need it to be like this. So, piston. That thing's nocturnal. I have to wait for nighttime for it to come back out. Fun. I literally couldn't have timed this worse. Like, that's gonna take so long for that thing to reappear. So I have like 9 minutes to kill, waiting for it to come out so we can turn it into a soul lava bee. I thought that was it coming out. Do I have the stuff on me to make an extra thing so I can just teleport right back here when it turns nighttime? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna build a waypoint, a waystone, just put it down, teleport back here when it's done, and just go home and I guess make the solium stuff. So, one sec. Okay, we have 3 minutes or so to kill waiting for this, so let's get to work. So I did look slightly ahead. We're going to need 4 of these soul jars to turn into wither soul jars, and then from there, 4 of them gets turned into the seed. So this is a solium ingot and 3 soul glass. A glass is 4 dust and a glass. It's pretty easy. Wait, let's hope this works. Just like that. Except it's not that easy. Soul glass. Colorless glass block. Oh, that's soul dust, which is smooth soul stone smelted down. Which is soul stone, which is cobbled soul stone. Okay, so I know I collected some of that stone as well. They're identical dust that just have different names and do slightly different things. Cool. Not sure how I feel about that one, but basically smelt this block, run this block through the smelter like 7 times and it will become a thing. Let's use this soulstone instead. Thankfully, our smelter is silly strong and silly fast. So smooth soulstone. Thank you. This gets run through and becomes the soul dust we're gonna need. And I had exactly 16. You know what? That works out perfectly for us now, doesn't it? So this goes like this. There goes our soul glass. It does not work out perfectly for us at all. I forgot it was 4 to 1. We're going to need 8 more of that. So I guess it's time to start smelting the rest of this through as well. Shouldn't take too long. It's smelting it 3 times. Leave 1 slot open for that, I guess. And you can just go in there. I said you can go in there. Come on. Thank you. So all of this gets smelted, and then the smooth soulstone gets smelted as well. 2, 3. All of that's going to get smelted through, and that should be a little bit better. There's 7. 5 more. Do I have enough? I have 4 there. Smooth gets smelted back through. Smooth gets smelted back through. It's gonna be close. I might need to go get more. I really hope I don't. Why on earth did it stack like that? So just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I need 16. That's very, very perfect. 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, I need prosperity, which is 1, 2, 1, 2. 4 of these turns into 4 prosperity ingots, except it doesn't now. How am I just forgetting everything? Prosperity is like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 4 of these, 4 jars. Cool. And they don't stack. Of course they don't stack. That would have been too nice. There's some silly things. Some very silly things. So from there, we just need this soul collector, which is, let's see. Recipe for that is in a soul extractor. Machine frame, I just need 1 tough and a couple of redstone. Tough, there we go. Couple of redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like so, where to go? Soul jar, doesn't really matter what. Machine frame, easy. Prosperity, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I need 4 of these. Prosperity gets turned into solium for the just thing itself. Then I'm going to need a couple more for the daggers. Each one's an extra 2. I think I'm going to need 2 more and then those gold swords. So 1, 2, 1, 2. It's not that hard once you know what you're doing. It's just a lot of steps to when you're just starting up. So like so. These turn into gold swords, and I think that's good, isn't it? 2 of these. 1, 2. Oh, that actually completes a chapter. That's pretty cool. And the soul extractor. Very nice. Now, I have basically infinite wither skeleton skulls. Oh, this thing requires power. That makes sense. So this thing gets hooked up to the power system. Power is no object at this point. Put one of those in there. Grab out our wither skulls. I have no idea how many I'm going to need. I don't think I actually need that much. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to take some time, but once it's done, 3 out of 8. Yeah, that's super easy. Like, only 2 and a bit. I'll actually steal this machine thing, and it should make it run a little bit faster. Oh, we're done. Okay, there is some loss, though. Do I care? I mean, do 2 of them, and then 10 coal, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4. I said like that. So, wait, what? Why is it 6 out of 8 now? It's going to be 20. You know what? I'm actually running a little bit low on coal, so I think I'd actually prefer just using wither skulls. These are essentially infinite. Although I can make more or less infinite coal from the same machine. This is also going to be a whole lot slower, so I'm just going to use the skulls from now on. Okay, so I finished up another one. There's still one more to go after the one that's currently in there is done. But it is nighttime right now, and our little bee friends won't be available for much longer after this. It is nighttime. You are nocturnal. Are you actually going to come out? I popped over here immediately thinking I might be rushed for time. And then our little friend has just decided not to come out and visit. While I'm waiting, anyways, we need a Solium seed base, which is just the Prosperity seed base, same as usual, just evolved slightly. But as soon as our little bee friend is out, we can go ahead and do this. If our little bee friend wants to make an appearance at some point, that would be very nice. There we go, that only took like an extra 30 seconds. Or, probably. Anyways, this needs to be filled with bottles, and I almost did this wrong. You get turned into a... Why? Is... What messed up there? What messed up there? You be breeding. You can make a graves bees and whatnot. There's a Solium bee. How does one get a soul lava bee if it is not actually how you said it was to get a soul lava bee? Because, it told me it was a bee with soul lava. Except that is apparently wrong. Let's go back here. Soul lava bee. Feed a bucket of soul lava to a ghostly bee to make a soul lava bee. Okay, and then get the soul lava honey treat gene. Cool. And this didn't work because... Ghostly bee. Yes, it is this bee. Uses. Soul lava bees, just not... Soul lava bee. Recipe. Look up the crafting recipe for this. Egg. Soul lava. I don't understand. I do not understand. Do I need, like, that feeding trough thing and put... Maybe? I don't know. I just don't know. So it's feed thing makes me think give thing to thing. An instance. For instance, in this case, feed bee soul lava means give soul lava to bee right click. Is that not what it means? Am I silly for thinking that that's what it means when that's how you feed literally everything else? Anything else? Am I missing a step that was not explained? I don't know. I'll gather all the... I only got 5 from killing a couple with Morgan? Weird. Anyways, I'll gather more ghast tears and summon one more of those for next time, probably. Or in a minute. Probably won't be too hard. But to this, 3 of these. Let's go ahead and make the wither seed at least. This I know how to do. So 1, 2, 3. And I believe it was the premium essence, which we should have. I'm curious why this one's looks different than the rest. They're all 8 out of 8. That one just doesn't look the same for some reason. So Solium base seed and Supremium. Thankfully, I still have some of this left over from making a whole bunch of it. And like so. And this one isn't working. Is it because of this thing? It shouldn't be. This thing says it's full. It's just, I would assume that's just... No, it's at 8 out of 8, except it's not. It's lying. It's actually at like 7.99 or something, and that's enough to make it matter. Cool. Anyways, Wither Skeleton Seeds. Here we go. Now, these things are coming with me. There they are. I'm going to replace this one. Did that automatically get picked up by me, or did it go in here? Well, we now have Wither Skeleton Seeds. They're tier 5, but apparently tier doesn't matter much. Those things are just going to grow. And in fact, I'm going to use the mystical fertilizer on it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it getting picked up by this one? Wither Skeleton Essence. So this is actually proving relatively easy. And we just need one Wither. How many of these do we need? So 1-to-1 soulstone with that. Easy. I just need to smelt up more of it in a moment. From there, 4 to get a witherproof brick, and 1 witherproof brick for the Wither's Compass. So, actually, just from having this available to us, 4 of them is all we're going to need. And I just need to go get some more soulstone smelted up real quick. That's super easy. But we actually can put one more thing in the chest. And if I can get the bees working, then honestly, we could get it. We could be looking at getting the Wither's Compass next time. I just need to set up the whole mine a... What's it called? Mining a wither to get to the ether gas, which we kind of want to do anyways, because it's also just boost all of those machines a little bit more too. But I grabbed the wrong stone. 1 second. I grabbed soul sand instead of soul stone. Anyways, just go like so. Gets us one of these. No, we need 16, not 4 of those essences. That's a bit of a goof on my part, but I thankfully do still have all the fertilizer we're going to need for a bunch of this. So, just go ahead and do like so. No idea if I'm picking this up or if the machines are picking this up. It is apparently me. So, 1, 2, 3. I got a little bit extra than what we needed, but that's fine. I actually didn't pick up all of it. But there is witherproof bricks, and I actually have a few quests to complete just from getting that. But this is another ingredient going into here. Because, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these are done. It's literally just these 3. This one I can do. Yeah, that one I can do right now. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get all the furnaces and generators together. The Wither Builder. I literally have everything with the Supreme Machine Frame, which, I mean, this itself isn't hard. It's just the ether gas, which is a little bit more difficult. But just take a purple lens and put it over a wither. Just keep a wither locked in place and just mine it with a purple lens, which is any lens. Come on, where's the regular lens? Wait, no, dissolution chamber, purple dye with 4 things, and latex. That's easy as well. But yeah, next time we should be able to do that as well. As far as the wither compass goes, I think it's... Is the Wither's Compass really just waiting for a Wither Bee? And I think the Wither's Compass is just waiting for a Wither's Bee. So we're almost there. We're almost 1/10 of the way to the star. I have a feeling it's the easiest 1/10, but we're almost to 1/10 of the star. And then from there, where's our next step? I think Patrick is literally just 1,055,000 concrete in an auto crafter. Hmm. I mean, brass casings, brass, we probably have everything we need for. Brass dust, yeah, we could make that. Just 55 of those things. Electron tubes, they're easy once you're set up to make them. So just 55 auto crafters and a million different concrete powders. I mean, we can make them. We're almost to infinite sand, so that would be nice for that. Dimensional seed. Yeah, yeah. We're close on all of those. I think we can build most of the miniature portals right now, too. So there's another one that we're close. That's just going to be gathering a bunch of stuff. Gathering a bunch of stuff, but we're almost there. Gathering a bunch of stuff, but we're almost there. The Philosopher's Duel is something. Oh, we're hitting the dodge chances, and it just somehow died on us. Okay, these don't have any bees yet. I just started rambling as we're looking through what the next step is. But I feel really good that we're almost 1/10 of the way towards the star now. I mean, we're almost 50 episodes in, but now that we're set up with super powerful power systems and we know what we're getting into a little bit more and we're starting to get into some of the systems, I think progress should start rocketing a lot faster now. Like, we're closing in on this, I just need to get a bunch more Infermium. I probably should grow a bunch of it, more of it, too. Thanks for the free level for that. This thing, I mean, we have that. I know how to get this. It's just continuing on with power. I'm just going to need spirited crystals. Actually, now that I built that energizing orb thing, I think I could build this now too. Um, like, let's see. This thing requires this nitro capacitors, nitro crystals, which is nitro crystal essence, and that's block of blazing crystal. Can I make a block of blazing crystal in the orb thing? Yes, I can. It's just a block of blaze rods. Cool. So that's gonna be a whole lot faster. So you know what? I think I could build that right now. I already have that. I just need to figure out how to supercharge it. Tesla coil. I mean, that doesn't actually. That's gonna take some looking at those. Already have an extra one of those. Wait, do we have an extra infinity or an extra dimensional? I don't remember. And then figuring out how to make one of you, figuring out how to make that thing that's far into mechanism. So we have part of that one done. We have part of a lot of these done, actually. And some of them we're fully done with, almost. So, yeah, I'm definitely rambling now, but I feel progressed. I feel like we're progressing pretty nicely. So between episodes, I'll try and figure out what happened with the ghostly bee, why that failed. I'm also just gonna wait around here for a little bit longer, see if we can't get a bee friend to join in. Just to double check, it is dark in here, right? No, I had placed them less to a light source, apparently. How on earth did I manage to place them next to the only ore that glows? That's kind of impressive, actually. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank you all so much for watching one more time, and a special thanks to the channel members. Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you all so much for your extra support. So, for now, for real now, take care, everybody.